Hello and welcome, Durman here. We're back to playing more Assassin's Creed 3.
You get what I need, and I'll give them to you.
Calm
Simple.
down.
You got a ship. Could find them all to boot.
Who is that man?
Him? Some old salt always on about letters he's got from Captain Kidd. Nonsense, really, but he doesn't hurt no one, so I'll leave him be. Talk to him if you fancy, but be warned he'll chew your ear off. Anyway, your keeler's here for you. If you should get a pang for the open sea, we'll be waiting. Now, I implore you to head up the hill before the old man comes out of retirement just for me.
Yeah, it's always fun to joke about an old guy who could easily kill you where you stand, wherever you may happen to be standing at the time.
And not even a goodbye before you left.
That makes me feel
Sorry.
very mean.
Well,
You're not a very nice kid.
what are you waiting for?
Oh, those books are transparent.
Put them on.
But first, strip. Oh yeah, that's the way old guy likes it.
Once upon a time, we had a ceremony on such occasions. But I don't think either of us are really the type for that. You've your tools and training, your targets and goals. And now you have your title. Welcome to the Brotherhood, Connor.
He just say that I'm not one for ceremonies? Because I'm totally a Native American. And Native Americans have ceremonies, so why wouldn't I be one for ceremonies? I don't get it.
Welcome back, Desmond. You'll be happy to hear there's actually good news for once.
Hey!
Yeah?
I've managed to locate a power source, and it's relatively close by. Up for a trip to Manhattan?
Is it safe to leave? Abstergo's gotta be looking for us.
Obviously it's not safe. Can't exactly sit around here hoping to get lucky, though, can we? We need that power source. Besides, I'm sure you can cook up some way to hide our movements.
Maybe. The Templars have access to all kinds of satellites and camera systems. We'll need to find a way to mask our digital signature. I can probably camouflage the van, too. But there's not much I can do for us.
That's an easy one.
I put my hood up. I put on my robe and wizard hat. So, from all of these robes and cool-looking outfits, we get a hoodie.
Companies have assured the public that they're completely prepared for the upcoming solar maximum. Disruptions to service are expected to be minimal.
If only they knew.
What's this?
A remote-operated camera. It'll provide us with a feed while you're on mission. This will let us talk to each other.
We're almost there, so listen up. The artifact is in an office penthouse in Lower Manhattan. At this time of night, direct infiltration is going to get you noticed. I think we're better off having you drop in from above.
What do you mean, above?
You know, it's nice that we sound like we're in a small room, but at the same time it sounds more like we're talking into soup cans. So I get to skydive. Hey, plastic
Hear me?
buckets. I love plastic
Testing.
buckets.
Testing. 1, 2, 3.
Yep, reach you just fine. Now why don't you power up the camera? I've got pictures. Running diagnostics.
Huh. So that's where my third-person viewpoint
Perfect.
comes from.
I've got a nice, strong signal. Just a heads up, there's no elevator access from here on out. You'll have to get up there the old-fashioned way.
Oh no. It's too bad I don't have the experiences of one of my ancestors who happened to be a parkour expert and also assassin. Unfortunately, I'm in luck. People who designed this building also designed the game Mirror's Edge, so it's color-coded for my convenience. Whoopee. Jump, boing, zip, a doodah, slide.
Oh, no, hold still. That's a lovely view.
Seriously, Sean? Fuck you.
Oh my. Okay, let's go over here so you can climb this thing up. What was I saying about Mirror's Edge? So you totally don't climb a crane in that game. Except in that game you more run up the crane. And you like jump off of it, which is really cool. If you haven't played Mirror's Edge, play Mirror's Edge. It's a really good game. Plus first-person parkour. Hey, look, red. Oh yeah, this totally looks safe. Oh, there are cables hanging from it, so it must be strong enough to support my weight. I don't weigh much more than a cable.
Jesus.
Look on the bright side. No security to worry about.
And on the not so bright side, the slightest misstep means you're effectively paced.
Shut up, Sean.
Sean! You know, I hope the character gets killed so I can scream Sean. And actually, you know, have it be sensical. Really? God. So I guess I'm going to have to go through that bit again. Okay, just slide underneath. I believe in the bit where I just was. What I... Dag-nammit. Touchy controls are always my bane. The bane of my existence. Why? Because they're touchy. Scoot, scoot, scoot. Scooty, scoot. Scooty, scooty, scoot. Now, if I just hold this button, it'll do that. Daha. It's like a tree, but it's not a tree, because it's not a tree. Daha. Really? Do I go over there? Yep. Because that's totally safe.
Almost there, Desmond.
Hello, Caution.
Once you reach the top of the lit-up crane, you should be high enough to make the jump.
Should?
It'll be fine, don't worry.
Well, you might want to worry a little. I'm pretty sure she was high when she was running the numbers.
Sean!
A joke. It was a joke. Or was it?
Yeah, why would a sweet little girl like her ever get high? It's unimaginable. And she's only all about, you know, conspiracy theories and sitting around not doing anything. Okay, here we go.
Jump when you're ready, but wait for my signal to open the chute. Timing's really important here. Too soon or too late, and you'll miss the building.
You're gonna tell me which button I need to open the chute before I actually jump? No? Okay. Woo!
Now, open your chute now.
I'm guessing I'm aiming for the helipad, because it's not lit up bright enough. Is my hands just shaking for no reason? Oh. Oh, now I'm inside. I'll just put my fingerprints wherever.
That wasn't so bad.
So, you must be Desmond. Not exactly what I expected. But I guess your kind doesn't have many options these days.
So you must
Who are
be
you?
gun guy.
Ask your father. Now give me that.
I don't think so.
Look. I'm not supposed to kill you. But the boss man didn't say anything about fucking you up. So you got to the counter.
Yeah, if you're gonna threaten somebody with a gun, don't get too close to them. It's not smart. So some guy said to ask me about... Well,
So
ask
who
you
the
about-
hell is Daniel Cross?
Believe it or
Really?
not, he used to be an assassin. The assassin, the way I've heard it told, but it turned out he was a sleeper agent for Abstergo, programmed to infiltrate and destroy the organization.
How did he know you were there? We could be compromised.
They must have caught me snooping inside their network and sent Cross to see what we were after. If they were aware of our current location, we'd
Knock,
know.
knock, knock, knock,
Though,
knock,
I will
knock.
say this. Doesn't bode very well for future expeditions.
I've set up some cameras topside. If anyone shows up, we'll see it.
I'd suggest you go see about finding a socket for that power source.
But what's with the
Or we can
clunky
return to
sound?
Connor if you prefer. All the artifacts in the world won't mean a thing without the key.
Clunk, clunk. Well... Ooh, what's over here? Nothing. Oh, that's nice. Why even put stuff leading over this way if you're not going to actually have anything over this way? I'm guessing that I need to go into this room here where I found that lady talking to me. Like, for example, right here. The clunking finally stopped. I guess maybe not right there. Maybe up here? Could be up here. Never know. And the clunking's back. I hate the clunking. Hello? Anybody want a power supply? I have a delicious power supply. It's, you know, all power supply-y. It's as fresh as power supplies get nowadays. Maybe it's up here somewhere?
Ah, Desmond, there you are. Can I ask a favor?
Maybe.
When this is all over, I'd like to try turning the dial back on the Animus. Like, all the way back. To the time of the first civilization.
You think it would work?
There was no real loss of fidelity when you visited Altair. Then again, that was about 1,000 years ago, and that would
Why
make
are
back
eyes
at least
black?
70,000 more.
Sure, I'd be up for it. Be interesting to see what things were like back then.
Excellent. I think it would prove most enlightening.
Cool. Anybody see a place for this thing? Because now I'm curious. I want to know what does. Hello? Where'd you guys put the breaker box? Looks like a door of some kind. This looks like a desk of some kind. Ooh. Oh, guess not. Don't want to go to the Animus right now. Well, I'm guessing it's probably not up there. I guess I could be wrong. Hey, lady.
I know everyone thinks I'm being silly, but I can't shake the feeling we're being watched.
We are being watched. By Juno. Or some version of her.
Cool.
Do you think it's a recording? Or is she a ghost? Or something else? Is she talking to us the way Minerva talked to Ezio?
No clue. I mean, who knows what else they were working on down here? There's still so many rooms we don't have access to.
But do you think she's like literally down here, waiting somewhere, still alive?
Down.
Still alive? That's mental. That means she'd be at least 75, 80,000 years old? Oh, powerful, yeah, but not that powerful.
They came down here looking for a way to survive. Maybe they found one.
Ooh, that's deep. Hey, you up there. Found her. She's up there. Now just to find a way to get up there myself. There we go. That helped. Aha. Miss Ladies. Oh, Miss Juno Lady.
If we could not meet the sun's cruel embrace, perhaps we might rebuke it. Already we could generate fields to protect us in times of strife. But these were small and simple things. To replicate them on a scale the size of a world. We lack the energy to make it so. Half the world, they said then. It is better than none at all. We tried. Again, we failed. A quarter, they asked. Even this we could not do. A sixth, an eighth, a tenth, they cried.
Yeah, you suck.
The answer was still the same. Perhaps in time a city might be spared. But it was time we did not have. So we moved on.
Like, I see, if they were going to choose one city to survive, then they'd have to make a reality show to figure out which would be the top city, and then, you know. It's a very progressive culture. Hello.
Wonder what's inside.
Only one way to find out.
See? Told you. Door of some kind. And the epic music dies. Curls into a little ball, rolls over, and fitfully expires. Goodbye, music. Wow, away, lady. Just wandering around now. Yeah, she doesn't even know what she's doing here. Some help she's gonna be to us. Hey!
What is a fact?
What?
Is it fixed? Immutable? Certain in its existence and only awaiting discovery?
No.
Or might it be changed? Here we learned the answer, and thought that it might save us. They were used to command, to control, to own. But we soon discovered another use. When enough sat in thrall and were told to believe, their thoughts took on form. What was imagined became real.
Really?
If 100 minds could wish away a wall or create a tree, what might 1,000 do? 10,000? More? Might we change the consensus and will the threat away? We resolved to send one into the sky where it might illuminate us all. Once placed, a sentence would be uttered. Make us safe.
So, is the moon a giant
In
piece
this
of
way,
Eden
we
then?
would change the consensus. We would save the world.
She looks kind of like a fish.
But it never came to be. We sent a dozen of them skyward, but there was no way to maintain control, to direct the beam, to enthrall the world, to speak the words. Though this was strange and dangerous, what we tried next was worse.
Next, we tried giving everybody a coupon for a free life. After the first couple of people died, we realized that it wouldn't work. Great stairs there you made, guys. They all broke.
Our first instinct was to travel back, to change the past. But we could not find a way. But forward. We could look forward. And so here we sought to see beyond ourselves, and know what was to come. First we watched to learn if our work would succeed. But the answer was always the same. So we moved on to other things. But she remained. The one you call Minerva. In time, she too stopped looking, and instead began to speak. She called out across time, in the hopes that you might be saved. She hid messages where none might find them, save for you and those within this place.
Fascinating.
Fascinating?
Tired of it. The cryptic warnings, the threats. Just tell us what you want!
But they are. We saw the Nephilim there. We seemed like grasshoppers in our own eyes, and we looked the same to them. Imagine trying to explain all this to a 2-year-old, to a grasshopper. When they said the will of the gods was unknowable, they meant it. Literally.
But
I killed her, you know.
with a grasshopper?
I killed Lucy.
With a grasshopper, yeah, I remember.
It was the apple, son. It was Juno.
I saw what she was. What would happen if I let her live? I could have stopped myself. I mean, there was a force there. But I didn't have to. I chose to.
Desmond.
Lucy was going to betray us and take the apple back to Abstergo. I saw the satellite launched. I saw them turn it on, and then it failed. Whatever's on the other side of that door, it benefits Juno. We need to be careful.
Okay. You mean the big door, or is there another door that I'm not seeing? Well, at least now I'm up here. And she's over there. Is this entire room whopper-jawed? I think so. Oh. At least somebody's watching their head. Hooray, platforming puzzles, apparently. Room? Climbable inside of room? Which I hopefully am not getting myself completely lost in. Nope, here we go. Oh, hey lady. Let me guess, I need another power supply. Well, I guess that wasn't exactly a great use of my time. Downward. So what's going on up here? I saw a thing move. Part of a pathway.
So this is how it started.
What are you up to?
Just brushing up on my American history. Well, I say history. They certainly teach you strange things in the States.
Like what?
Well, for all the talk of this being a revolutionary war, it was a civil one. Well, not that kind of civil. I mean, there was no America versus Britain. It was Brit on Brit action. You can clearly see how the whole thing got started. One war gave birth to the other.
You mean the 7 Years' War?
Exactly. Seems the Crown overspent in its attempt to keep the French out. Wound up with a great deal of debt. Believing that the colonists should help to shoulder the burden, new taxes were created. It was a reasonable request, even if Parliament was rather, well, undiplomatic about it.
Well, it's not really fair to tax people for a war they didn't want any part of.
What? Didn't want any part of? Did you not notice George Washington with Edward Braddock? He was right there in the middle of it. So here you have the Crown spending who knows how much money to secure a place for the colonists to thrive, and then, when they ask for a little bit of help... Right, look, think of it this way. King George and the colonists, they all go out to dinner, right? And when the bill comes, George asks for them to kick in and pay their share. Fair enough. But keep in mind, he's been taking them out to dinner gratis for decades now. But the colonists, oh no, they insist they only had a glass of water and a side salad. Never mind the table's full of half-eaten food and empty bottles of wine. Now, when the king points this out, what do the colonists do? Oh, they flip the table over and they storm out of the restaurant. Probably intending to return later and burn it down.
You left out the part where the king pointed a gun at the colonists and asked them to cover dinner for everyone in the restaurant.
Right, yeah, interesting take. If he pulled out a gun, and I'm not sure he did, it would only have been after the 100th failed attempt at getting them to pay their fair share.
But how do you define someone's fair share?
Oh, well, with a war, apparently.
Well, there you go. And with that interesting bit of history, I'm going to call this good, so I hope to see you again next time right here on Durtu.